Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a requested video. It is a first impression / review of the new L'Oreal mascara, the Lash Paradise mascara in the waterproof formulation. Now this is supposed to be the rival or the cheaper alternative to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I use on a pretty regular basis. So I think I'm actually pretty good and knowledgeable to be able to do this comparison just because I do use that mascara so much. Now this of course is a super cheap option in comparison. The Too Faced one retails for in the high 20s Canadian, and this you can find at like Walmart for about $11. If you're at Shoppers Drug Mart, it will be a couple dollars more. If you're in the States, you can also find this at Ulta for $9.99. And again, Canadians, you can shop from Ulta now, and it's about $12.36 on Ulta's site for Canadian customers. It promises intense color, volume, and lengthening. It comes in 4 shades in the non-waterproof formula, and it comes in 2 shades for the waterproof formulation. So it's either blackest black or black. I got blackest black because I don't understand why there needs to be shades of black. Just go with the most black option. I don't know. I never really understood that, but let's get into the application. I've already pre-filmed that. Obviously I have stuff on my eyelashes already, and then we'll come back to hear my final thoughts on this new mascara. Okay, so that was the try-on part. I'm pretty impressed with this mascara. It did need 2 coats to get a look that I'm pretty happy with. I find that it just doesn't give me enough volume from what I'm looking for. It's like the more tame version of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I do find that the formula is a lot thinner than that one as well. I am pretty impressed with it. It holds my curl really well. I've had it on now for about an hour or so since I've filmed the try-on. I'm trying to be very efficient with video making, but I do really like how it came out. It's definitely more of like an everyday type of mascara look for me. It's definitely not over the top. It's definitely not that like clumpy, spidery look. I did have a little bit of issues of getting mascara on my upper lid just because of the brush, but I mean I can just kind of avoid that by usually tilting my head upwards a little bit more is how I avoid that as much as possible. My lower lash line looks fantastic. I really like how that came up, but really let's see, does it even compare to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara? First off, in terms of amounts, you get 0.4 mils more in the Too Faced one, so you get 8 mils versus the 7.6 mils in the L'Oreal one. The packaging is, it's crazy how light this packaging is compared to this one. This one is a little bit bulkier, but it's basically the same. It's just this plain tube. There's no bends, no curves, no nothing. It's just a tube. Now, in terms of the brush, they are pretty darn similar, and this is exactly why people think that it is basically a dupe for the Too Faced one. So the one on the bottom is the Lash Paradise, and then this one at the top is the Better Than Sex mascara. You can see that the top one has a little bit more of a curve, so you can see that little bit of an indent here, and there's just a little bit more thickness in the brush at the bottom compared to the Lash Paradise one. There's just not that craziness of a curve. There's still a little bit more of like a weight in terms of like thickness or whatever at the bottom of this one, but it's not as exaggerated because you don't have the narrowing in the middle. They're basically the exact same length, but there is just that slight bit of a difference in a little bit of a dip, and I do actually think that I enjoy the results of the Too Faced one because of this dip a little bit more. I just think it can just hug the lashes a little bit easier than the Lash Paradise, but pretty darn close. I would say you get a little bit more product off of the Too Faced one rather than the L'Oreal one. Let's just zoom back out because you don't need to be this close. They're pretty darn close if you do ask me. I do find that when I start using one of the Too Faced ones, I do have to wipe off product at the beginning. I didn't find that I needed to do this. I just need to wipe off basically the tip of the brush just because it does collect a little bit of product, but nothing crazy. I do find just when I first start using a new tube of this, I do have to wipe off a little bit just because it gets a little bit too much for my lashes. In terms of basically like finish, I definitely get more volume with the Too Faced one rather than the L'Oreal one, but the formulas are different. This one is a little bit thicker, a little bit more of a mousse-like finish. This one is definitely just a little bit thinner in texture, just not as thick, so that does kind of lend to it. But overall, pretty impressed. Pretty similar, but I definitely think that this is like the daytime version of the of the lash look, and this is the nighttime version. However, I do like wearing this every single day, so I do like a little bit more of like a bolder lash look throughout the day. Even when I have like barely any makeup on, I still want this lash look. But if you don't want to fork over the money for the Too Faced one, go with the L'Oreal one because you do get very similar results, just a little touch less volume, especially at the base of the lashes with the L'Oreal one. And then that's it. I'm like I said, I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm excited to see how this kind of performs as the mascara starts to dry down in the tube. We all know it. I know that you've experienced it. When you wear mascara at the beginning of the tube, it is basically a different mascara from when it's like at the end of the tube. Some people love the way that mascaras work right when you open them, and some people, like me, a lot of the time, I like it once it's about 2 weeks in and it starts to dry down a little bit, and then I start getting the results that I really enjoy out of mascara. If you've tried this mascara, either one, really, tell me which one you prefer. If you've tried the non-waterproof formulation, please tell me how that works. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Make sure to connect with me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, all of which are always linked down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!